And then the second part of it, the experience in playing in the game was some of the biggest recruits in the country.
U.S. Army All-American game it is the most prestigious and the longest lasting All-American game that we have in America. So when I got invited to go to all the other games, you could only pick really one of the big ones. And I wanted to play at this game because this is the game that all the greats played at. You know, when you think about in our lifetime, all of the great players that we've watched go through college and the NFL, they played in this game. So I wanted to play in this game, and I wanted to stand, and I wanted to put the hat on, and I wanted to do all of that. And I was really happy and excited for that because it's the most prestigious thing that there was. And to do it in front of America, representing the American military, the strongest thing in the world, you know, it just brings me so much pride just thinking about it. Being able to compete against the best, what got me to where I was at was traveling and competing against the best. I spent my summers going to Texas, going to California, you know, wherever it is that they said they had the best players, that's where I was at. You know, sophomore year, junior year in high school, I traveled to every Nike camp, every Gatorade camp, and that's what made, you know, they're like, oh man, this kid is going, he's competing. So when I got a chance to compete against all the other players with pads on that they said were the best, you know, because there's a difference with pads on and no pads. So we could travel all summer long and play 7-on-7, and it's not the same. So when we got pads on and they're like, oh, this guy Vontaze Burfict is the hardest hitting person I've ever seen in my life, you know, and I'm at practice and I'm like, oh, I get to run up against him. And I just meet him in a hole and drop him. And they're like, oh, whoa, you know, and I know that, you know, it's all situation, but I know that I got a chance to go against some people that are like, oh, this guy he's the hardest hitter I ever had in my life. People in the NFL said that. When I went up against him, I dropped him. Met him he was playing fullback. I met him in the hole. And after that play, he was so mad, took someone's helmet, ripped it off, threw it. And I said, oh man, like some of these people, they're not used to losing. And I wasn't used to losing either. So I knew that I was in that environment that I wanted to be in, you know, with a bunch of dogs where we all deserve this spot. And like, these are really the best people in America. And there are so many great athletes out there that are still playing today, you know, that I've created long lasting relationships with. And, you know, we've gone on trips over the summers, and it's more than football. As much as it was just a game of all the greatest people in America at the time, like we've created a brotherhood, and it's definitely something special.